With one rider who mentioned that when he walks the course, he does it in his mind, trying to anticipate which obstacles the horse will like and will not like. And speaking of obstacles, this is the signature one. Head of the lake, Karin O'Connor approaching.
Very good in. You saw how big that drop was with me standing next to it there in the preview.
And back to that point, Jimmy, is that what a rider needs to concern himself with, what the horse will think of the specific obstacle?
Yes, what is your horse thinking? You know, there are some horses that are a little bit suspicious about water. Theodore O'Connor obviously not bothered by water at all here. I said it's going to go one way or the other. Fortunately for Karin, it's going her way.
Phillip Dutton.
2 strides out over that big brush. You notice how quick he was to get the horse galloping again. He landed and gave him a little bump with his heels, a little bump with his hands, said, get running.
And now on course, Karin Donckers from Belgium, Gazelle de la Brasserie. They enter in 10th place in a tie for 10th place after the dressage.
Yeah, but I don't think the ordinals are so important. She's a 52, and the lead is a 47.
So tight.
That's
so tight.
Very, very tight. There's nothing to choose between the top 6 or 8 horses and riders. It's just a question of who comes out there, concentrates, takes care of business, and comes through the finish line with no jumping faults and no time faults.
All of these riders know what the optimum finishing time is. They all wear watches, and given that, Jimmy, do they all know where they should be at certain obstacles?
They know exactly where they should be. They walk these courses with a wheel, a measuring wheel, and they will go back over it and they'll plot each minute marker. Here's Karin now coming down out of the Normandy bank. This little pony, he is growing. Every time he takes a stride, he gets about a ½ an inch taller, Tim.
It's a small pony. It's the rabbit of the competition because we'll really get the gauge on how that optimum. All right, sit up, folks. We're down to our final 3. Here is Clayton Fredericks, 39-year-old Australian, now makes his home in Great Britain. His horse, Ben, a long time, 12-year-old Irish bred, silver medalist last year at the World Championships, and Jimmy Walford's prediction to win here in Kentucky.
I think Clayton's still in a good spot.
Absolutely.
He's very close to the leader, but he doesn't have the pressure of being the overnight leader. We're going to see that horse in 2 more horses, but in the meantime, we are totally focused on Clayton. Clayton is totally focused on leaving these up. Remember, he won his individual silver medal at the World Equestrian Games last summer, partially by winning, by jumping a double clear in the show jumping. Good there.
That 53-point score you see is just a little under 5 points out of the lead, so he wants the clear round and put the pressure on the final 2.
It's a little erratic there. I'd like to see that smooth out. I don't like that taking back and then running forward. That's better. The reason I don't like it is because you're making the horse's balance change back and forth. You want them in balance, consistently striding up to it. That's the way. What a nice flying change there. Look at his eyes. He's making the same turn-in Stark made. Good. Got to stay outside and then come around to this. A little nip. Outside again, reorganize.
Now the all-important triple. 1, 2, 3 clear. 1 jump remains.
And Clayton's done it.
Just over the time limit by 1 second, but a score of 54, a pump of the fist, a pat of the horse, and a lead with 2 remaining.
And the last 2 riders' stomachs just went into a knot.
Good boy.
Let's listen down at the finish. Well, what more can you say?
He's nice and smooth, canters up to it. That's what you want to see, you know, plenty of the jump. He took his time, he organized. Now he can just keep his horse together in here. Leaves all 3 fences. What a job.
Score of 54 for Clayton Fredericks. Guarantees a top 3, and now he will sit and watch the final 2.